Good morning, students. Now we were going for the chapter 5 in history, impact of the British policies. Now, how the British government exploited to the India by the different policies, exploitation of the artisan and the weavers, dream of wealth. Now they were introducing the new type of land revenue and taken the collection of the taxes or the type of the taxes taken by the British government. From the Asian period till the coming of the British to India, emperors and the king lived the land revenue between 1 by 6 to 1 by 3rd of the produce and all the things taken by the British government in the form of land revenue. Now, with the establishment of the East India Company rule, especially after receiving the Diwani of Bengal in 1765, the company began to collect maximum amount of land revenue that time of the period. Just when the governor Warren Hastings experimented a 5-year settlement with the highest bidder of land revenue, he restored the annual collection of land revenue, but the principle of maximum amount remained. Actually, English merchant they wanted that British government and the British Parliament to reduce export duties on the British good to India and make up the financial loss of the British government by raising the land revenue in India. The annual collection was a total failure due to over taxation and the corrupt revenue collectors. Basically, at that time agriculture suffered and famines, peasants are also suffered. Now, British government introduced the new type of the system. It is known as the permanent settlement. Now, Lord Cornwallis, who came as a Governor General, he introduced permanent system of the land revenue collection. At first, he introduced 10-year settlement, which he converted into the permanent settlement in 1793. Here, the following were the terms and the conditions. The landlords, zamindars became hereditary owners of land for which they had been paying revenue. The zamindars could buy, sell, gift or mortgages their zamindaris estate. In case of failure to pay the land revenue by the certain fixed date, their estate would be confiscated and auctioned. Now the rate of land revenue charges in 1789 to 90% of the production would be made for the permanently. The remaining 10% produce would be Jamindar's payment in return for revenue collection. Permanent settlement was introduced basically in the Bengal, Bihar, Orissa, Banaras and sub part of the Uttar Pradesh and the North Carnatic regions. Here, the advantages of the permanent settlement. It removed corruption over the taxation in revenue collection. Now, the company was now sure of its revenue amount. There would not be frequent transfer of ownership. The zamindars would try to improve cultivation and introduce irrigation necessary. But some disadvantages of the permanent settlement. The permanent settlement created an idle and parasitic class of zamindars who lived on the hard work of the cultivator. The zamindars increased land revenues at their own free will but gave the company only fixed amount. Zamindars officials harass and torture the cultivators with false case and eviction. the zamindars appointed agents and sub-agents for revenue collection. All the three classes sequest money from the cultivator for their selfish interest. Now British government introduced the new system. It is known as the Ryotwari system. Here the expansion of the company territories in South and West India with the annexation of Mysore and Maratha kingdoms made it necessary